Check 1 2, check 1 2. Nasir, what's wrong? What's wrong with is that am I saying it right? Nasir, what's wrong? Go ahead and block me. I don't care. What did Nasir do already? We didn't start the show. What happened? Can y'all hear me? Am I okay? Check 1 2. Can y'all hear me? I need to know if y'all can hear me. What happened? We didn't even start the show yet. I need to know what happened. Family, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. Press 7 if y'all seen the debate. Well, it wasn't much of a debate. Let's be serious. It wasn't much of a debate. But press 7 if you've seen what they call the debate. Anybody seen it? Press 7 if y'all seen it. Can y'all hear me? How do I sound? Let me check, because maybe it's a delay or something. It don't even seem like I'm live. You know what I mean? Let me check. Let me check and see. Let me see. All right, we about to get busy, family. We about to get busy. I've been dead. I've been did that. How you been, my friend? And we still don't know Trump policies, so we even. We don't know none of their policies. I keep telling y'all, we need to get together and do something for us. I keep telling y'all want to go from the pot into the kettle. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell y'all can if y'all. I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. Let's get busy, family. Let's get busy. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We gonna get busy tonight. You know what I mean? We gonna get busy tonight. So let's go and get busy. Let me give you my spill on how they trying to sell those FBAs. Give you a new identity and sell you to another party where both parties mean you no good at the end of the day. So welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host, Brother Tariq Nasheed. Oh yeah, I am your host, Brother Tariq Nasheed. I'm in the building. It's been a minute, but I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. Hold on. Stop for a minute. Hold up. Let me get me some water. Are y'all gonna share this real quick? Let's see y'all share. Give me 1 minute. Let me grab me some water. All right. Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm back in the building, in the back again. We gonna expose them frauds. We ain't got no friends. Back in the building, in the back again. We gonna expose the frauds. We ain't got no friends. The only friend we got is the one called truth. And I'ma spit that fire every time I'm in the booth. Oh yeah, I'm the truth, and I bring the proof. I bring the receipts, and you gon' eat. Yeah, I'ma shove it down your throat, no joke. Cause when I come, I'ma bring all the smoke. Let's go. That's off the top of the dome. That's off the top. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Let me see what I got. Y'all ready? I'm the people grand streak. I was raised in the streets, but then I got knowledge and y'all became weak. I guess deeper than the ocean. Yeah, I got the potion. You know it's magic, and when I bring it to you, it's gonna get tragic. Who want the? I'ma keep blasting. Stretch it just like elastic. I lay it out, you play it out. Here I come, say it back. Lovely, welcome to another edition of More Shroud TV. I am your host,
Certified Boogeyman.
I am your host. Yes, indeed. Talk to him. Check 1, 2. Oh!
We're gonna speak the truth.
Yes, indeed.
Regardless of whether you like that truth or not. We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. How people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept you. They put the bean on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper, claim he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes and trying to figure out which one has the venom sac. On this tongue, this one is not poison.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who says I smacked somebody? Who does that shout? Then fly thousands of miles. Check it out. For a peace order. For a peace order. I'm back like I left something. And you kept front, sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive. See who you really are. Who named you Tariq Nasheed? Affiliated with the guns? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrate. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody followed the act. So they made another character. Turned you to a thug. From Cosmo to K-Flex, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, snitching on the hood. How you make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop? Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.
He's back!
What up, family? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Family, I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for all your support, family. Let me tell you something. I was doing uploads so I can maintain our position in the algorithms. Now, we don't have position in the algorithms like a lot of these bot channels with all of these 40 and 50,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do what I do to make sure that we stay somewhere in the algorithms so it can come up in your feed if possible. If not, family, you got to go ahead and put your thumbs up on the video. You got to share the video, and that's the only way you can trigger the algorithms. But other than that, I had to keep on posting it. So let me address that real quick. People be talking about people. I see them in the comment section while I'm laying back trying to recover from COVID. And I see them in the comment section talking about listen, that's a rerun. That's a rerun. I'm saying to myself, don't they look at how many times they looked at Martin reruns? How many times they look at documentary reruns? How many times they listen to the same song on the radio 1,000,000 times a day? This is actually educational. And sometimes the rerun hits a little more harder than the original stream, because the rerun gets you to recall and say, hold up, I do remember that. And you can put one and one together and make it two and see it in a different light. So family, please, 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 if you are a Moorish World TV citizen, family, I know that you are intelligent enough to know when it's a rerun. But for those who don't know, when they jump out there like that, make them feel super slow. Just make them feel super slow. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience for it anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like Trump. I'm a grumpy old man. I feel like Trump. I'm a grumpy old man. Trump came off like a grumpy old man tonight. Now listen, I don't care what y'all talking about. You can say whatever you want. But let me. No, this ain't no rerun right here. This the real deal. I'm live and in living color. You can say what you want, family. These people, in particular, FBA, the leadership of FBA, ADOS, they're trying to sell people to the Republicans. That's just what it is. And you don't have to accept what it is, family. They are trying to sell people to the Republicans, as if the Republicans' track record is better than the Democrats. Family, can't we agree that both track records does not support anything that benefits us? Can we agree to that? Why is it that those people that are trying to sell our people to the Republicans never tell us the Republican track record? They never say what the tangibles the Republicans is going to deliver. They never say the Republicans is going to bring us reparations. They never say that. Like this guy go so far, this guy, Mr. Tariq Nasheed, will go so far to bring a guy on his platform. You follow me? He will go as far to bring a guy on his platform. And not only bring a guy on his platform, he will bring the guy on his platform that don't even believe or know anything about reparations. Moochie Bear, if you're not familiar with Moochie Bear, Moochie is a research bear. And I think he got some type of research squad. It's a Moochie Bear Research Squad. You can find him on X, formerly known as Twitter. But he posted this here. Make it make sense, FBA. On top, Bill Esselise, I don't know how to say it. Pardon me, Mr. Bill. It's a so-called tether. I guess it doesn't matter because he's a Republican. What's worse is he also is a former federal prosecutor. Go figure. Tariq's keep them close. FBA think this is a win. Tariq working with them folks. Now, let me be clear. According to Moochie Bear, and I had to do my research after Moochie Bear posted this, because Moochie Bear got a problem with sending me stuff because I have not been giving him his liverwurst and his little bread and mayonnaise and all that, because I've been, you know what I mean, I've had COVID and I was out of commission. So he don't really send me much more. Now what he do, he just go ahead and post stuff. And so I get it when you get it at this point. But anyway, Useli. But anyway, Moochie Bear says that this guy is what you would call a tether. I mean, he would say what you would call a tether, this guy. But at the end of the day, it's funny to me how the FBA constituent would allow. First of all, the FBA claimed to be this group of people that is fighting for some form of liberation as it relates to reparations. That's number one. But the funny part is, how is it that all the players in the conversation do not even subscribe to liberation in the form of reparations for FBA or anybody of melanated persuasion. Yet, Mr. Nasheed will bring the federal prosecutor, the former federal prosecutor. Now, you know the conversation has always been on the internet that it's a guy named Marcus Sanders that was taken into federal custody and then released. There's always something to do with the feds. The feds will visit every few months, every 6 months. Can't go into another country. And now a former federal prosecutor. How does this work? Like, it seems to me that no one connects the dots or even think that that is a bit odd. That how many times have the FBI, from his own words, knocked on his door for bogus stuff? I mean, bogus stuff. Oh, we heard the guy in New York say he follows you on Twitter. That don't make sense. Everybody know that don't make sense, but people go for it. Now he brings a former federal prosecutor. It's always something with the feds in this set of circumstances. Family, press 7 if you understand. Why is it always? And then when somebody disagree, guess what he say? They the feds. You ever notice that? Anybody ever notice that? Whenever someone disagree, philosophically, whenever someone disagree, politically, he always say, that's an op. That's the feds. But the only one that always around the feds is him. And these crazy people, they don't even take notice to this. Where do you find a federal prosecutor to come on your podcast at? I mean, I don't, listen. Everyone has a job, everyone has a profession, and I have nothing against anybody's job or profession. But I don't have access to a federal prosecutor. I just don't. I don't have access to that type of stuff. I really don't. And in fact, when you're talking about reparations, I don't even believe that a former federal prosecutor that came to a rally would even be a factor in getting reparations. Now, let me talk. Can I talk for a minute? There was a conversation going on X where it was a beautiful conversation. I forget who held the room. I forget who held the room, but the guy was trying to play fair and say, I'm not with either or whatever the case may be, ADOS, FBA. He said, but we need a leader. And FBA, where is the leader? So, here is family, hear me out before I get busy. One of the trick bags of today is the claim that you don't need a leader. This is one of the trick bags. And the flip side of that trick bag is for when one say you don't need a leader, they start giving excuses why. They say we don't need a leader because they unlived the leader. Well, guess what? They unlived the leaders in the United States, and guess what? Another one was right behind. And so the United States live on because if one leader is unlived, there's a system in place where the other one behind them come forth. And it goes on. And it goes on. So if someone telling you don't need a leader, that's the trick bag. Why do I say that's a trick bag? You see what happened in California? Now, I've already said that I don't believe that California is going to get reparations for the citizens of California just because of the parameters that surround reparations and the stretch of what need to be met in order to receive it. So I believe it was a hoax from the beginning, from the onslaught. I believe it was a distraction from the beginning. But let me tell you something. If there was a leader to articulate the concern of the group, whether it was FBA or ADOS. Sidebar. Family, why is it if one lives in California, claims they fighting for reparations, but they don't go to the last hearing that is so critical to receive reparations? I'm talking about Mr. Nasheed. Why is it that you're fighting for reparations and you're not at the final hearing? You're not at the final hearing to determine if reparations will be a thing. And we're not talking about reparations nationally. We're talking about reparation in the state that you are a citizen of. Nobody asking you to come to Baltimore to file a peace order. Nobody. You can fly to Baltimore to file a peace order for a video, but you cannot go in the same state and stand forth for the reparations that you say that you're fighting for. And these people believe in what you're talking about. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You mean you can spend thousands of dollars on attorneys because you called me a registered sex offender, but you can't spend a few dollars to go to the reparation hearing to find out, is it going to be a thing? Huh? It doesn't make sense. And anybody that's following this has lost their everlasting mind. It's called the trick bag. The trick bag is the bait and switch. It's the bait and switch. You believe that someone is fighting for you. Somebody sent me the stream where Brother Tariq Nasheed says, I have a track record with black people. I have a track record. I was doing lectures at colleges. What the audience don't understand, that he was doing lectures at colleges talking about pimping, talking about playing black women, talking about making women subservient to his loose desire. That's what he was going on tour for. He talking about he was going on tour, giving the game, and he was doing this and doing that. No. You're talking about 2 Live Crew, but you were going on tour telling people how to manipulate women for your loose desire, how to dominate women, how to control women. How to be a player, how to be a pimp, how to be, as you like to call it, a Mac. And you call that a win? And these people are actually listening like it's a certified track record to qualify you to stand forth and say that you are representative of something reasonable for your people, FBA. It doesn't make sense. It blows me away how people fall for this okie doke. It blows me away. Now you bring on a federal prosecutor, and then the federal prosecutor tells you that he does not believe. In fact, he says he doesn't even know anything about it. He says he's not even familiar with the conversation. He says he's not even familiar with the conversation when it comes to reparations. Yet, in order to sell, quote unquote, black people into another party, he brings on a Republican and say, I came in to save the day. When they shot down the reparations, I came in and say, let me put the bill on the table. But this guy know. I'm gonna play something real quick. This guy know from the jump That is not how you introduce a bill. You don't pop up and then introduce a bill. You don't just pop up and introduce a bill because the Congressional Black Caucus didn't want to introduce it. You can't just step in and introduce it now. You know it don't work like that, but that is a front. That is a front to make it look like the Republicans are coming to save the day. How can he come and save the day and he don't even know the issues? There is no politician in their right mind that would introduce a bill where they don't even know the issues. And he said he's not even familiar with it, but he's open for a debate. How can you be open for a debate that you're not even familiar with? It's the grand old bait and switch. And these people talking about, yeah, good one, Tariq. You're inching towards it. No, it ain't. This is what's happening. The Republicans and the Democrats are replacing you with immigrants. They're replacing you. Let me tell you something. The Democrats are gaining confidence from the immigrants, the legal ones, not illegal, the legal ones first and foremost. They don't need your vote no more. You think they do, but they going into those urban areas, they busing them into those urban areas, and your vote is going to be lopsided. But all of the immigrants that are being bussed in, they're coming from Republican states. And these Republican states are in cahoots with the whole system of replacing you. Texas flying immigrants in, bussing people into Chicago. That's a Republican governor. These governors with the Democrats are planning these things. And so the resources that you think supposed to go to you, it's already pre-planned to go to them to build them up and replace you. It is what it is. And these people that's fronting and talking about immigrants, no. That's the distraction. They could care less if immigrants enter into urban areas or ghetto areas or quote unquote black communities because they don't live in them communities anyway. Tariq Nasheed does not live in that community. The head of ADOS do not live in that communities. So they don't care. They're only using Twitter X to push rhetoric. They're only using it to push rhetoric to keep you distracted while the operation takes place. They don't live in them communities. It don't affect them. They live in communities where it's a rainbow community, where it's a melting pot, where it's what they call the American dream. They don't live in them communities. I bet you an ADOS person couldn't even tell you what community that Yvette Cornell live in. I bet you they can. I bet you they can. And this is what I'm talking about when people say that they are grassroots. Do we even know what grassroots are anymore? Do we even know what grassroots are anymore? Family, that is not grassroots. The leader of FBA is not grassroots. FBA is not a grassroots movement. FBA is an internet movement started on X with the coming of Donald Trump. That's what it is. It's an internet movement. But the whole thing about the internet movement, it spills over into society. And the moment that they say that you're not getting reparations, everyone goes haywire. Because guess what? They don't have organization, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be laser focused, organized on the target. You're supposed to be crying, shuffling, mad, and acting a fool when you don't get your way. But see, other groups, they know they have a spokesperson. They know they have a leader because they would have had a leader talking to the Congressional Black Caucus way before a few days ago. They would have had them negotiating. See, the Mexican would have had somebody that's bilingual to speak in their behalf to get what they need. How do you think they get the Mexican lady on the Supreme Court? Why do you think years ago she was appointed to the Supreme Court? Because they already had the plan in motion. They need representation. Family, press 7 if you with me. Press 7 if you with me. Do anybody remember? Let me pull it up. Do anybody remember the Mexican lady appointed to the Supreme Court? What's her name? Sonia Sotomayor. Anybody remember her? Sonia Sotomayor. Anybody remember that? Huh? Why did they appoint her to the Supreme Court? Why? Just you think they like her? No, it's a plan. It's a plan. And that plan is about representation. This plan been in motion. We behind. We behind. Why do you think she was appointed? And you get Clarence Thomas. Why? This plan been in motion. Y'all late. Y'all late. They got they got national representation for immigration. That's her people. Y'all, man, you're talking about being put up on game. I'm putting you up on game. They been hatched this plan. We late. We late. Bro says she's Puerto Rican. You know how we do. You know how we do. We late, fam. We late as ever. We late as ever. And it's a sad thing today. It's a sad thing today. I know you say she's not Mexican, but you get what I'm saying, don't you? Oh, so let me say Hispanic. All right. Let me say Hispanic. Is Hispanic all right for you? Is that all right for you? Is that all right for you? You know the point I'm getting to, DLB. Do you know the point I'm getting to? She's Puerto Rican, but do you know the point I'm trying to make? Do you know the point I'm trying to make? I'm going to use the term Hispanic so we can cover all bases. All right? Do you know the point I'm trying to make? They got representation. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. And this thing has been in effect. So pardon me if I called her Mexican. She's Puerto Rican. Her mother and father are native Puerto Ricans from the Bronx, New York. But let me just put it like this. Hispanic. Is that appropriate? The point that I'm making is this plan has been in effect. This plan has been in effect. The only difference between a European Mexican and a European Puerto Rican is that the Spaniards took 2 different stops. That's all. But that's another argument. Anyway, family. So what happens is that those who claim that they fighting for reparation, these MAGAs. 1 second. So listen, back to my main point. FBA black MAGA slaves. What's going on is they're trying to sell, quote unquote, African Americans, black Americans, whatever you call yourself during this day, to the Republican Party. They're trying to sell them to the Republican Party. And these are those that are right there at the bargaining table. These FBA, ADOS are the gatekeepers to transfer the crazies from one plantation to another. And they are loving it. Listen, when they argue the points about what the Democrats haven't done, they fail to say what the Republicans are doing or going to do. FBA never say what the Republicans have done or going to do. Never. And when they try to say that Trump is going to do something or has done something, Trump did that for the country, or he did it because it was already in motion and he just co-signed it. That's it. So what is the benefit? What is the benefit of this Republican craze right now that is being pushed on Twitter? What's the benefit? They never tell you the benefit, family. And that's where we got to pay attention. They never tell you the benefit. I mean, now, the guy that Mr. Nasheed pulls on his radio show, Mr. Bill, former federal prosecutor, he comes on there and he really shows his hand. This shows a sign of desperation on Mr. Nasheed's part. This shows a sign of desperation when he will go as far to bring a former federal prosecutor on the show to verify that he's the knight in shining armor for FBAs. This shows the desperation. They might be moving Mr. Nasheed out like they did Malik Zulu Shabazz. His days might be numbered as it relates to moving in the shadows in the name of liberation, infiltration, and all of this internet talk that goes on X and YouTube. But with that being said, let me drop this.
Because the Democrats like to do stuff, real funny style about cash.
Hold up. Let me get this out of my way. Let me drop this real quick. Give me 1 second. Listen to this.
Payments for reparations, but that's a different story. All that voucher stuff. Well, no. He did a chess move so that the Democrats couldn't come back and then blame the Republicans.
He's telling his followers that this guy did a chess move. What is the chess move that he's talking about? Let me see if I can rewind real quick to show you this chess move. This is supposed to be a chess move.
I just want to put that to the side for a minute. We're happy to have that conversation separately, but I want to just talk about what happened Saturday, which is I saw a bunch of frustrated Americans in the Capitol. They were in the Capitol. They were mad as hell, and they felt betrayed. And so I talked to a couple of them, like, what's going on? What's going on? They told me that they've been working on this reparations bills. I think one of them is
Camilla Moore. He don't even know the head of the reparations task force. Family, I'm sorry for the way that this sound, but I needed to sound like this for a reason. But I want you to listen to this. This guy's saying that he's coming to the rescue and he doesn't even know the head of the reparations task force. Listen to this. Listen to this.
And so I talked to a couple of them, like, what's going on? You know, what's going on? They told me that they've been working on this reparations bills. I think one of them is Camilla Moore. She was the attorney. She told me she was on the task force and that the Democrats were now ignoring them.
So what he's saying is that the Democrats was ignoring them. So what he did was and say, okay, since the Black Caucus will not present the bill, then I will present the bill for reparations. I will bring it to the floor. Family, anybody know that you just can't just jump up one day and say you go present a bill? This is all a horse and pony show. You just don't jump up and that's just like somebody on the other side of the field as it relates to, or on the other side of the aisle on politics, say, okay, since you ain't going to do it, listen, I'll present it. But you ain't never seen nothing like that in your life. If you pay attention to politics, you haven't never seen nothing like that. Never in your life. Have you ever seen a Democrat say, okay, then they don't want to present it for you, good citizens? I'll do it for you. You've never seen a Republican say, since the Democrats don't want to present it for you, good citizens, give it to me. I'll do it. You ain't never seen nothing like that. This is all a bait and switch show. He was supposed to go up in there and say, let me present it. He knew they was going to shoot it down. But what it would do is it would bring some sort of credibility to the Republican Party as they begin to try to sell the people claiming FBA and seeking reparation, the emotional attachment to entitlement. Say this people is for us. When in fact, when you understand the immigration concept, you understand that it's political on both sides of the aisle. It's not one-sided, it's both sides. And the objective is to count you out. So, Mr. Nasheed says it was a political move. It was a chess move. Well, family, that doesn't make sense. It's not a chess move. The reason why that chess move doesn't make sense, because the true chess move would be organized and someone from ADOS or FBA is sitting down with the presenter of the bill long before this meeting take place. That's how politics work. But the trick bag is there is no leader. The trick bag is you up in Wyoming somewhere acting like that you're emotionally attached to California reparations. And then you're in California and you don't even go to the final hearing relating to reparations. That should tell you all you need to know. And then Monday night quarterback with a Republican who doesn't even believe you deserve reparations. You cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. The guy, Bill, doesn't even believe that reparations should be a thing. And he tells you himself.
That's the bill. So I showed up to work like normal. I knew that was one of the many bills we were debating. And I just want to be fully transparent with you because I think it's important that, we have an honest conversation. I have not been supportive of the bills to date. I mean,
he says he has not been supportive of the bills. Why are we so goofy? If he has not been supportive of the bills, if he has no knowledge of the bills, if he doesn't know anything about the particulars of reparations, what he doing? And we so crazy, man. I'm telling you, FBA got to be the short bus of our family. Seriously, FBA got to be the short bus of our family. I'm telling you. They got to be the short bus of our family. They listen to this stuff and be like, good job. I'm like, what? It's like somebody peeing on you. You like, oh, man, this spring water feel good. No, that's pee-pee. That's pee-pee. It's not spring water. It's not rainwater. It's pee-pee. Come on now. We are smarter than this, FBA. This should be enough for you. This is extreme. This is extreme. This is extreme beyond measure. And then have a nerve to say that this is, listen to this.
He did a chess move on their ass, which is good because the Democrats like to do stuff and then sit up here and act like the Republicans stopped them. The Republicans can't do that. They were like, oh, no. You're going to put this on you. You did this. Don't put this on us. He put their...
Listen, you know the funny part about this? Regardless whether you like it or not, listen to this. This is why it wasn't going to go.
Past the Senate and...
Listen closely. Has nothing to do with the Democrats per se. All of them on the same team. But listen to this. Listen to this. 1 second. Listen to this.
And they went to the assembly. They got to pass both the Senate and the assembly in California to make it to the governor. Well, my understanding is that the word came down from the governor's office to not pass the bills.
Where did the word come from? I'm going to play it one more time. Where did the word come from?
Came down from the governor's office to not pass the bills. He did not want the bills on his desk. Again, I am not in the room with the Democrats. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard happened.
That's what I heard too.
And Mr. Nasheed says he heard it too. So who stopped the bill? Who stopped the bill? Come on, family. Come on, family. He says, oh, you can't blame the Democrats. You know who stopped the bill. Newsom stopped the bill. They didn't present it, maybe because they already knew that the word came down that according to this guy,
Bills on his desk. Again, I am not in the room with the Democrats. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard happened.
That's what I heard too. Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't want the hot potato or the political football, whatever you want to call it. He didn't want it in his court. So he told them to not pass the bill. So
once again, see, this is the old bait and switch move where people don't pay attention to. People ain't paying attention to. He tell you in the same broadcast who sent the word down. The Republican governor. And it's crazy how they have this conversation with a straight face. They have the conversation with a straight face. Unbelievable. They talk to us as if we're stupid, as if we're not going to double check, as if we're not really listening. I'm not, am I hearing something different? And what they don't understand is maybe the Congressional Black Caucus of California didn't present it because they had the same information that Mr. Nasheed and Bill had. What information did they have?
Bill's on his desk. Again, I'm not in the room with the Democrats. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard happened.
That's what I heard too. Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't want the hot potato or the political football, whatever you want to call it. He didn't want it in his court. So he told them to not pass the bill. So I showed up to work like normal. I knew that was one of the many bills we were debating. And I just want to be fully transparent with you because I think it's important that we have an honest conversation. I have not been supportive of the bills to date. I mean,
Family, I need you to listen to this closely. Listen to what he says. Now, this is an educated man. This is a highly intelligent man. Mr. Bill is highly intelligent. He's been a prosecutor. You understand what I'm saying? He's been a district attorney. He has his own law firm. You hear what I say? You hear what I say? He's a highly intelligent man. He's been an assistant U.S. State's attorney. This is a highly intelligent man, and he's an attorney. He's very calculated. Attorneys are very calculated. That's not a shot at Mr. Bill, but he's very calculated because that's a part of his profession. But now listen to what he say.
I think it's a conversation we should have because I don't know that I have a full understanding of what the reparations process would look like and all that stuff. But I just want to put that to the side for a minute.
He says he doesn't have a full understanding of what the reparations process look like. But he's on the record say he does not agree with cash payments of reparations. Family, press 7 if you hear what I'm saying. This is a desperate move here. To bring this guy on, this is a desperate move here. This is a last call for alcohol move. This is to get the last people who are following the FBA ideology to come on over. This is a desperate move here. This is very desperate. Because the guy doesn't even know anything about reparations. In fact, that's what he says. But then he's on the record saying that he does not support cash payments. Why is he on the platform? Because somebody thinks you're stupid. FBA should be watching Morse World TV tonight. And they should be questioning like, hold up, wait a minute. I did hear him say that. I did hear him say in the interview that he doesn't agree with vouchers or cash payments. In fact, Tariq Nasheed said it in this interview. He said it. Try to slip it in real quick and keep it pushing. No. Listen.
We're happy to have that conversation separately, but I want to just talk about what happened Saturday, which is I saw a bunch of frustrated Americans in the Capitol.
Look at his eyes, fam. Let me blow this up so you can see his eyes. I want to show you how these. I mean, listen. No disrespect to anybody, family. We just examining the tapes, family. Look at the eyes.
They were in the Capitol. They were mad as hell, and they felt betrayed. And so I talked to a couple of them, like, what's going on? What's going on? They told me that they've been working on this reparations bills. I think one of them is Camilla Moore. She was the attorney. She told me she was on the task.
You see this? Listen. Yeah, listen, family. I do believe that we are sharper than that.
Passed the Senate, and they went to the Assembly. They got to pass both the Senate and the Assembly in California to make it to the governor. Well, my understanding is that the word came down.
Hold on. Let me get through this.
That, you know, we have an honest conversation. I have not been supportive of the bills to date. I mean, I think it's a conversation we should have, because I don't know that I have a full understanding of what the reparations process would look like and all that stuff. But I just want to put that to the side for a minute. We're happy to have that conversation separately. But I want to...
Come on now. How is it that people, what up, Sean? How is it that people watching this is not catching this? How is it? I don't get it.
Just talk about what happened Saturday, which is I saw a bunch of frustrated Americans in the Capitol. They were in the Capitol. They were mad as hell, and they felt betrayed. And so I talked to a couple of them, like, what's going on? You know, what's going on? They told me that they'd been working on this reparations bills. I think one of them is Camila.
Camila Moore.
Y'all can't see that this is sometimes. Man, listen, I don't want to even project.
Camila Moore. She was the attorney. She told me.
Gotta give them help. Gotta give them help. Camila Moore.
She was on the task force, and that the Democrats were now ignoring them, refusing to put the bills up for a vote, wouldn't talk to them, were walking by them.
Listen to this.
Mocking them, and I thought that was rude and disrespectful. So they asked me if I would put the bill up for a vote, and you know, I thought about it, and I said, you know what? Even if I don't agree with it, this is a deliberative body. We should have the conversation. We should have a debate.
Do you hear this? He said, even if I don't agree with it. Family, you have never seen a politician do not agree with a bill and present a bill. Where have you ever witnessed that in the history of the United States? In the history of government around the world? That a person do not agree with a bill but claim they're going to introduce a bill. When they just show up on that day. Family, listen to this. It appears that he showed up and got in where he fit in order to set the stage for what we're hearing today. That this is the knight in shining armor, the Republican, Mr. Bill, came to save the day for little sorry, sad, sunken place Negroes that is not going to get reparations this day. So let me come and save the day. And although he was unable to save the day, there's a Republican Party that will ultimately save the day for little sunken place Negroes. When in fact the Republican Party are not interested in reparations of no sort. I haven't met one. I haven't met the party that stands for reparations.
And we should take a vote so we know where everyone stands on the issue. And then we have an election in 2 months, and then people know who stands for what, and you can vote accordingly and the whole thing. So I'm in favor of having the debate and discussing it and taking the vote. But the only way, there was a lot of games played. So I tried to bring it up just in regular order. They said I was out of order. We're not taking that bill up right now. So I said, okay, fine. I'll make a motion to take the bill up. And they said, well, you need a second. A second just means that.
Because you just don't pop up and present motions. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
One other member of the assembly has to join your motion. and then we would take it up for a vote, and not one person would agree to take it up with me. And then they pulled the bill. I was going to try a third time, to be honest with you, and then they moved the bill.
Y'all see this, man? This is all, let me move this out. This is all a horse and pony show. Now, let me show you something. At the end of the day, what is this all about? Family, right before your face, you are being replaced. Listen, if you don't know what's happening, you will know in the next 5 years. You are being replaced. You are being replaced by a new political stronghold. Let me tell you something. The Mexicans, Hispanics, or those from the south of the border, they have already populated in areas where if no one else come across the border, they have already positioned themselves politically. Do y'all understand that? They have already positioned themselves politically. They have been coming to the country at will since the 80s. Since the 80s. Since the 80s. And because they've been coming since the 80s, you already know that the babies have voters' rights. This is why when you see Mexican Americans, or I'm going to use the term Hispanic as a misnomer. It's a misnomer, but I'm going to use the term. When you see Hispanics working in McDonald's now, they actually are citizens. Many of them are. They were born here. They're children of those that may have came across the border years ago. When you see them working on road crews, they're citizens. So, of course, the Democrats are going to court those who are seeking asylum. They're going to court those who are trying to get over here because that's their family. And once they court them, they got those citizens' votes because now they're supporting their families. The Republicans also are going to court them, but they're going to do it in a more hush-hush way. Because guess what? A vote is money. A vote is power. And if they are taking your place, then their vote is more valuable than yours. Because guess what? You have people saying, no tangibles, no vote, when they don't understand the voting process. They don't understand the local power of voting. They don't understand the power of local voting. And so they paint it all with a wide brush, and you have crazy people, goofies on the internet saying, no tangibles, no vote. But nobody never asks what tangibles are the Republicans giving. When they say that, they're referring to not voting for Democrats. I get it. But at the same time, when you're saying that, then show what tangibles that the Republicans are giving. See, at the end of the day, we're going to have to wake up and we're going to have to do something for ourselves. That's what's going to have to happen. We're going to have to wake up and we're going to have to do something for ourselves. And I say do something for ourselves. You're going to have Europeans. You're going to have Mexicans. You're going to have quote unquote ADOS, FBA, whatever. They're going to find out that they are all in the same boat. It's going to be the have against the have-nots. And at some point, they're going to figure it out. Do you know that back in the day, that the term Negro or black that was labeled on us as a people, right? That came from indentured servants and quote unquote African slaves coming together to fight the unfair wages of the indentured servants and the unfair treatment of slaves. They was coming together. And in order for them to control, right in Virginia, to control the European indentured servant and the African slave, they classified the indentured servant as white, and they classified the African slave as black. And now the indentured servant would see themselves as higher than the African slave, and now they would not rebel any longer. That's a whole history. When they were coming together to rebel against oppression, the have and the have-nots, they stepped in and separated them. And that's the same thing when you hear about these tethers and African tethers. You ever notice that the only one that is considered tethers is those from African or melanated countries? There's never a tether from a European country. Anybody ever notice that? All of the immigrants that come from European countries, they're never classified as tethers. Anybody ever notice that? But if you come from Haiti and you don't fit the mold or the concept of FBA, you're a tether. If you disagree with FBA, you're a tether. But you never hear someone from a European country called a tether. Never. Never. You won't hear it. You will not hear it. Why? Because here in America, you actually have Haitian Americans that can actually vote, that can unite their vote with your vote. You actually, it's called divide and conquer. You actually have dark-skinned Mexicans or even Mexicans that believe in the same plight that you have. You have Jamaicans, you have all sorts of family from the diaspora that can vote in your direction. But the propaganda that is put out is Haitian is a tether. They trying to take our rights. They trying to take what's ours. The Jamaican is a tether. They're trying to take what's ours. The Nigerian is a tether. They're trying to take what's ours. What that is splitting the political power. Because a vote don't have no face. They splitting the political power of a people. Like, who cares if a person just came here 50 years ago? Are you going to vote with me? Are you willing to vote with me? If not, get out my way. The potential is lost when we begin to demonize those who are in the same boat as us. All of us is in the same boat. Even if the most ignorant African feel as though that he's better than us or she's better than us. Them fools just don't know they in the same boat. So at some point, even them fools got to wake up and say, hold on, wait a minute. How am I better than this person? Somebody said but GS, that's why Europeans aren't called tethers. They are not trying to take things from FBA. Oh, you don't think so? You don't think so? Name something that a tether is taking from an FBA. Name something. Name something. And I can show you the European benefit from it just as well. Affirmative action, Europeans was benefiting from affirmative action just as well. Name something. Sis Starlight, name something that melanated, quote unquote, tethers are taking from Tariq say they trying to get reparations. Well, Europeans are trying to get reparations too. Trump said they are owed reparations. I showed that on the other show. Do you remember that, Starlight? Do you remember on the other show when I showed that they say that Europeans should get reparations too? Huh? Damon Logan said, yeah, but please also understand that many of us Haitians are being off code and undermining FBAs and siding with our white supremacy. Well, let me tell you something. The FBA is siding with the white supremacists too. But you can't get caught up in that. You can't get caught up in that, Damon Logan. You can't get caught up in that. In this video right here, this is siding with the white supremacists. What do you mean? This is siding with the white supremacists. Mr. Bill says that he doesn't believe in reparations. What do you mean? FBA is the biggest white supremacist supporter. What are you talking about? You don't get caught up in that. You get caught up in like-minded people. You don't get caught up in that. You're always going to have a group that get caught up in the propaganda. You don't get caught up in that. You're gonna have FBAs that's talking crazy about Nigerians. You're gonna have Nigerians and Haitians talking crazy about FBAs. But at the end of the day, there is a group of people that think on a higher level. There's a group of people that think on a higher level. Listen, if you're going to judge a whole group of people by those who thinking on the level of with the brain of a flea, then you're crazy. You don't judge a whole group of people by a few people operating with a morsel of a brain. That doesn't make sense. You know good and well when you go out and about, where there is a multicultural event, Haitians are just as pleasant as anybody else. Haitians are just as pleasant as anybody else. The most rudest people in our society is a white supremacist, and let's be honest, a white supremacist or a Hispanic who believes that they're European by nature and side on the white supremacist side. You hear what I say? In our society, let me not speak for you. Let me not speak for you. In American society, the most vile person is the white supremacist. Yet, these people use all the white supremacist talking points. Even the term tether is a white supremacist talking point. Even the term plebiscite babble is a white supremacist talking point. A lot of these terms are white supremacist talking points. It's the same thing with Moorish, with the fake Moorish thing. It's the same thing with the fake Moorish thing. When people be talking about the right to travel, that is a white supremacist doctrine. When people start talking about birth certificate redemption, that's a white supremacist ideology. When people start talking that stuff and associating with Moorish, that stuff has nothing to do with Moorish. Those are white sovereign citizen ideologies that's been overlapped with Moorish. And Tariq Nasheed used a lot of white supremacist talking points to split hairs. And we can go term for term. We can go term for term. These are white supremacist talking points. So when you say about Haitians siding with white supremacists, are you listening to the talking points? Mr. Bill said in the video tonight that he doesn't even support reparations. But hey, I'll try to introduce it. It's worth a debate. What attorney Come on now. Are we in our senses? What attorney introduced something that they don't support? You have never heard that in your life. You have never heard that in your life. Not one time in your life can you show me an example like that. Never in your life. Never, ever in your life. Ever. You have never heard anything like that in your life. That an attorney says, I don't support this, but I'm going to introduce it. Anybody? Anybody ever heard that? So that tells you that it's the bait and switch. It's the bait and switch. That's all it is. It's the bait and switch. And it ain't going to change. It ain't going to change. See, at the end of the day, let me see. People might say, well, what do you suggest? What do you suggest, Grand Sheik? Let me tell you what I suggest. And Damon Logan, I want you to listen clear. Damon Logan, FBA have not paved the way for anything. Damon Logan, do you realize that the reparations conversation is an old conversation? Brother, you have gotten familiar with the reparation conversation by the way of social media. The reparations conversation is an old conversation. It's been hijacked. They haven't paved the way for anything. There is no person identified as FBA have done nothing significant to move the meter when it comes to reparation. It's all social media talk, my family. Damon Logan, it's all social media talk. There is not one person who identifies as FBA has moved the meter in any way, shape, or form. It's all social media. It's all X spaces, Twitter spaces. That's all it is. There is no substance to that, my friend. There is no substance to that. None. Paved the way by what? Paved the way, what do you mean? Social media popularity doesn't mean accomplishment. Social media popularity doesn't mean that anything is moving. It's a distraction conversation, and it's doing what it's meant to do. I'm here to tell you that if you want to do something in the name of reparations, the first thing you're going to have to do is create a panel, create a council, create some type of board, and you're going to have to elect a leader. And that leader is going to have to put the concerns of the group before someone who has the power to give you what you want, or to put someone in position to create that which you want. That's the only way it works in America. That's it. Because y'all ain't ready to do it any other way. The only way it works, if it does work, when you look at Martin Luther King, who backed Martin Luther King? Anybody know? One amongst many was the Southern Leadership Conference. The Southern Leadership Conference. Martin Luther King was not doing it on his own. He was the face of the Southern Leadership Conference and other churches. Who backed Rosa Parks? She didn't one day say, I'm getting on this bus and I ain't moving. She was put in position. It was an organized effort. And it's not going to change. And it's not going to change. Why isn't someone sitting down with the Congressional Black Caucus to voice your concerns? Why is it when they didn't present the bill, everybody just went haywire? You know why? Because there is no leader. And that's how it's engineered to do. It's engineered to go haywire. That's how it's set up. That when you don't get your way, you just lose your mind. You just yell, you just cuss, you just go crazy. Because there's no plan A, there's no plan B, there's no plan C. You just go crazy. Well, you can keep on going crazy. And you can almost bet $1 to a donut they're going to wash, rinse, and redo it again the next election. Every time an election come up, they're going to wash, rinse, and do it again. And guess what? Suckers will go for it. Until one day they wake up and say, man, how can we get together and just do something for ourselves? How can we, let's just put this national politics on the back burner for right now, and let's focus on ourselves. Because these people that's selling us our ideas, they live in gated communities. These people that's selling us this idea, they're cashing out. These people that selling us these ideas, they're most likely getting checks to sell us this idea. Listen, family. Back in the day, whether you like it or not, Mr. Nasheed joined the political game with Michael Moore. Anybody remember that? He joined it with Michael Moore. Anybody remember that? Anybody? He joined the political game with Michael Moore. That shows you that he's been in the political business for quite some time. For quite some time. So everything that you see, you should already know that it's most likely in paid advertisement. You hear what I say? It's most likely a paid advertisement. Let me show you something real quick. See if I can find it real quick. It's most likely a paid advertisement. See if I can pull this up before I get out of here. You know what I mean? Listen. I'll show you something real quick. See if I can pull up this Michael Moore thing real quick before I get out of here. It's a paid advertisement is my point. I mean, yeah. I'm out of here. I'm out of here in a minute, family. I'm out of here in a minute. Stand by for 1 second. See if I can find this. I don't see it, but if y'all seen the video with Michael Moore, let me pull it up real quick. If y'all seen the video, and you would know that a person has already taken the check. A person has already taken the check. Like it's not rocket science. Hold up. Let me show you something real quick. Here we go. When Michael Moore sends him to D.C. to do the little skit, where from a Michael Moore perspective, the skit is real. But people try to act like it's a spoof. Family, who is Tariq Nasheed coming at in this video? Democrats. He's playing a pimp, claimed to be a pimp. This is a minute ago. And approaching representatives in D.C. for a Michael Moore production. And they're all Democrats. Family, this been going on for a minute. Even when he supported Obama, he's already been locked in. Y'all think this is all new? Like this is like he been locked in. He been locked in. He been locked in along. I keep telling y'all, this is an ongoing transformation. When let me tell you. When Cosmo Flex didn't work, he turned to K-Flex. When K-Flex didn't work, he turned to a Mac, a pimp. When that operation was over, he took the 125th Street in Harlem concept and turned into the savior of black people with hidden colors, which is one of the most pseudo documentaries you ever want to see. If you know, back then it was official because we didn't know no better. But now we know. It was janky, put together real fast to infiltrate the conscious community. And redirect those people who actually possibly was learning something valuable with what they call the conscious community. The polite come in, the clowns come in, and they turn the conscious community upside down. Where until this day, the conscious community will never recover. It's a clown community now. But guess what? After the conscious community was turned inside out, the next step was the identity community, which was in the conscious community because the most popular identity ideal that was going to be infiltrated within the conscious community was the Moorish identity. So he come with the Moorish head, the Moor head. He come with the Moor game. He came with everything Moorish because that was possibly the next promising liberating factor within a conscious concept. That got turned inside out. Once that got turned inside out, moved on to the next step. The next step was what? Identity politics. Melanated Nation, ADOS, FBA. And here we are with identity politics. It's all been an operation transitioning into another operation, transitioning into another operation, transitioning to another operation. Now, if you don't want to believe that, that's fine with me. Makes no difference to me. Let's just say it's one hustle into another. At minimum, one hustle into another. And all of it is dead end roads. It's roads that lead nowhere. It's roads that lead nowhere. But this is the end of the road. Because you know why? Social media is so phenomenal in the sense that every lie that you have said is recorded. And people like me is able to recall the lies, able to compare what you say, what you said, and what you're saying, and present it before people. And this is why people want me to be quiet. Because I remember what you said. I remember what you claim. I remember when you say you was going to do this and you say you was going to do this. I remember when you say you're about this and you say you're that. When you say you're this and you say you're that. When in fact, none of it is remotely near the truth. So with that being said, family, I appreciate all your support, family, while I was going through my little bout with COVID. Let me tell you something. The other day, I was feeling okay, and then I just got tired. I was doing pretty good. But I think it was I seen Sister Starlight in the chat. She said, "Get some rest, GS. We be here when you get there." And by all means, y'all are here, and I'm back. So, family, continue to share the video. I appreciate y'all, family. I'll be back definitely tomorrow with another presentation. Man, that old Trump, I'm going to start doing some uploads too, because that old Trump was funny tonight. He was funny. They're eating people. I said, good. I said, my goodness, man. Trump is eating people. He said immigrants are eating people cats. And it's popular on the internet, but the whole thing was it wasn't I think they debunked it. Man. I think they debunked the video and everything. It was just funny. I mean, it was just funny. Thank you. I been did that. I appreciate you for your support. He said they eat cats and dogs. Hold on, let me see if I can play one of these Trump joints. What Trump say?
Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield,
hold on. Trump, my man. He funny as ever, man. Oh man, hold up. Hold up. Let me see if I can get him over here. What did he say?
they're eating the dogs. The people.
Look at Kamala's face. Look at Kamala. Hey, I ain't gonna front. When I heard that, I was no more good. I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. He said they're eating the dog. Oh my God, Trump. And this the people that's gonna run the country. This is what he said.
By it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating.
Hey, yo! I said, come on, Trump. Listen, let's be honest, though. See, family, I'm fair and balanced. They set Trump up, though. They did set Trump up. You know they double team. They banked him. Do what y'all say when somebody get jumped in y'all neighborhood? He got banked. He got jumped. They banked him. The moderators, come on, they listen. Listen, we gotta be honest, right? I think Trump is nutty as 13 fruitcakes. But they did jump him, man. They set Trump up. They set Trump up for real. They double banked him. No, they triple banked him. Listen, the moderators, Kamala, she was all calm. He was all flustered and hyper. Hey, Trump, they got you that time. I'm trying to tell you, they got him. They banked him, man. Listen, I am fair and balanced. Listen. But Romello, if anybody be honest, you ain't got to like Trump, but they did bank him tonight. They banked him real good. The moderator was asking the questions where he knew he's like, man, why did I agree to this? Look, this is my favorite joke.
Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
You can't make this stuff up. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Trump just got frustrated. They're eating the dogs. I said, what? That's a Twitter post, Trump. Stop, man. Stop, man. Fact check this stuff before you say it, man. Get off of Twitter. Get off of Twitter, man. Stop quoting Twitter stuff, man. God, man. They're eating the dog. Hold on, I got to play that one more time.
Because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield,
come on.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And
hey, family, come on now. Come on now. FBA, Trump is your man. Trump is your man. Come on now. Come on. I'm not saying go for Kamala, but I'm just saying now. Come on, man. Come on.
Certified boogeyman.
Woo!
Certified boogeyman.
Oh, it's good to be back,
Certified
family.
boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
We're gonna speak the truth,
Move on there.
regardless of whether you like that truth or not. We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. How people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper, claim he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes
Certified boogeyman.
and trying to figure out which one
Because
has
Democrats like to do stuff.
on this tongue. This one is not
Certified
poison.
boogeyman.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who
Certified
says
boogeyman.
I smacked somebody?
Certified
Poke your
boogeyman.
chest out, then slide
Certified
thousands of miles. Check it out. For a
Certified
peace order.
boogeyman.
For a peace order. I'm back
Certified
like I left
boogeyman.
something, and you kept frontin', sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive, see who you really are. Who named you Tariq Nasheed, affiliated with the guns? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody followed the act. So they made another character, turned you to a thug. From Cosmo to K-Fact, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, stitching on the hood. How you make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop? Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.